every day win. I got the key, they let me in. Waking up every day win. I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day win. I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day win. I said I woke up in the morning, now I got the key. I gotta wake up, be all I can be. Then I be online, I call up all my friends. I feel them it's time for the everyday win. And then I hop on the train, success express with the cash, and I'm feeling so. I got that money on my mind, now it's time to go. Jiggas, and you know I'm about to blow. And here we go. I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day win. I got the key, they let me in. Waking up every day win. I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day win. I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day win.
Man, the proof is in the pudding. I got the keys. Not only do I just got the key, I got the keys. They let me in. I'm waking up every day win. Man, and it's crazy because you know what? Last night, amazing night, I hung out with my friend, Miss Arkansas. Her podcast is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right here on the Success Express Podcast Network. And if you're a comedian out there and you want to talk about what you got going on, make sure you get in touch with either me, Miss Arkansas, Kijana Owens, and we're going to put you right here on the podcast network with Success Express. And you know what? And if you're smart, and I'm not saying that you're dumb, I'm saying if you're smart, you would do a couple of things. You would Insta-sting your brand. And what an Insta-stinger is, small 6 to 10 to 15 second video that will run over and over for your brand, your name, whatever your brand is, you want to Insta-sting that. And let me tell you what an Insta-stinger does. Y'all know of a company called McDonald's? McDonald's been Insta-stinging us our whole life. And most of y'all still going to McDonald's, even though it's not good for you, but because you've been stung. Because you've been insta-stung by McDonald's, and McDonald's is insta-sting in your belly. I mean, and you look at all these people who've been running McDonald's for the last 30 years, look at the difference between them and somebody who haven't. I mean, I'm guilty of a little bit of it, you know what I mean? But I've been working to get mine back down without going to McDonald's. But my point is that McDonald's insta-sting all of us. They insta-sting us with the Big Mac. Y'all remember when the Big Mac was 99 cents? Nope. It's not 99 cents no more. Big Mac is like $4 now, but it was 99 cents for years. You can go get you a Big Mac for 99 cents, but now, nope. They stung us. They tricked us. They tricked us and said, we know if we give it to them for $1 for a certain amount of time, they'll be addicted to it. And then by the time it's $3, $4, they're going to pay the $3 to $4 for it. So now, guess what? You've been stung. You can't even find a burger now at McDonald's for 99 cents. I promise. Go to McDonald's and find out. You probably get the little bitty, and that ain't even $1.59 or something. So being 100, if you want to make your brand pop and you want to be all that you need to be, make sure you get on the Insta-Stinger plan. We got 3 Insta-Stingers for $97, 2 Insta-Stingers for 40. I'll get the commercial up real soon, but I know you can get 20 Insta-Stingers for $347. Now, I know that may sound a lot, but you imagine you have 20 working days in every month, okay? And if you put out one video a day on 5 days a week, 5 business days, which is 20 days a month, and if you did that every day, every month, your business would go up. It would be like what you call a vertical, what do you call that? A critical mass when your business just blows up. That's what happens when people know about your business. See, we started off with a company called Your Way, and and we got a full commercial with Your Way, 1 minute long, real hot song and everything. And the song is even on iTunes. You can get the song on iTunes. But now all we got to do is this. Your Way. Boom. Insta stinger. That's what I'm talking about. You want to instant sting your brand. I'm telling you, y'all gonna look up. If you don't instant sting your brand now, y'all gonna look up 5 years from now, and y'all gonna be going through every major city, and you're gonna see the instant stinger brand. You're gonna be like, damn. I remember when the boys was talking about instant stinger. I remember when they was telling me, and don't blame nobody when your brand ain't popping. You know, man, that's what my topic is today. Is Thrive Thursdays. Don't just survive, thrive. Don't just have a just get by mentality. you know, Having a just get by mentality is the worst thing that you could have. You know, People who have just get by mentality every day, I mean, more than likely, they've forgotten that they truly have settled for second best without even knowing it. I believe one of the biggest regrets that we will ever have in our lives is being in survival mode. Think about all the great, wonderful things that we want to do but never did. Think about the lost goals and the dreams that we never act upon. Living in survival mode, it prohibits us from living and a life of meaning and contribution. Come on now. I mean, we want to thrive and not survive. If you feel that you've been just surviving and going through the motions, let today be the turning point in your life where you turn it all around. I believe that one of the core reasons why many people are accustomed to living in survival instead of a thriving mode is that they let the hustle and the bustle of life completely take over their lives and clog their decision making. They let their doubts continue to pile up and corrupt the thinking that they have. They set out on a new adventure and set a new goal, but immediately after doing it, doubt takes over. Now, I have 3 ways to help you thrive instead of just survive. Hopefully, King Motivator will come in and he gonna give you his topics today on Thriving Thursday. Hopefully, he'll come through for me. He hadn't showed up just yet, and I'm gonna hit him up and tell him I'm waiting on him, and maybe he's watching on you because I want to. But I'm gonna go through these points before he comes on. I'm gonna go through these 3 points, and Kijana, I put them in the chat, so let's get them up. Number 1, here are ways you can thrive instead of just survive. 3 ways that you can thrive instead of just survive, and then I'm gonna bring up the king. The king is here. The king is here. Can y'all say the king is here? That's right. The king is in the building. He is eating his fruit tray. He probably got a smoothie over there. He eating good and making sure he got something for you to eat on too. See, that's how we do here, Success Express in Victoryville. This is Victoryville Studios. It is the land of winners, the city of winners.com. So, we have our fruit trays, whatever you need, but on this particular podcast, you got to go get it for yourself. I mean, you eat what you want. I mean, I got me a big core bottle of water today, but it was brought to me because, somebody came to Victoryville. All right. Now, 3 points to help you thrive instead of survive. Number 1, that's right, Kijana. Number 1, stay purpose driven. I know firsthand how easy it can be at times to let the hustle and bustle of life take every move of yours if you aren't intentional about staying purpose driven. Staying purpose driven, it can mean a lot of things. Maybe you already know your purpose and life mission, which is great. Do everything in your power to live that purpose every day. Everything that you stand for should revolve around staying purpose driven. On the other hand, maybe you don't know what your purpose is, and that's fine. And there is no reason to freak out about it. Don't reason to freak out about it. Everyone discovers what their purpose is in a different stage in their life. But the most important thing is being eager and passionate to discover what that purpose is for you. All right. All right. Now, number 2, this is what we do here at Wake Up to Win on the Success Express podcast network. This is number 2. Y'all ready? That's what. That's right, Kijana. Hang out with winners. That's right. Everybody that come on up, my starting team is number one. Matter of fact, I think, see, King Motivator, let me tell you a story. We was at the Minute Maid Park, and I called him a couple of days before. I said, man, I need you to come on stage with me. We got baby Isaac performing in 105-degree temperature, and I need you to do it. We got about 5,000 kids gonna be out there. I'm gonna be under this mask, and it's gonna be hot, but you know what? We need to hit it out the park. And you know what? Every time I look at that video, I think back on that day. We hit it out the park in front of 5,000 kids, and you know what I did? I had a bubble booth. I had the only bubble booth in the stadium, Minute Maid Park. I think I had like 1,000 bubbles for sale, and I sold every last one of the bubbles. And I wasn't even at the booth. I was on stage. Come on now. That's what a winner does. We planned before we did it. We went and got a wholesale batch of 1,000 bubbles and sold every bubble thing for about $8 each. So if I sold out, you can do the math. All right, hang out with winners. Hang out with winners. I grew up with a dad who worked for the Houston Astros. My daddy was always competitive because that was his job. He was a marketing director for the Houston Astros. So not only was his job to work for the Astros, his job was to market the Houston Astros so they can get butts in the seats. And the more butts they had in the seat, the more money they made, and the more people they got saying, yeah, 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 go, go, go. Jose Cruz and Nolan Ryan and all these guys back in the day. Y'all probably don't remember. Y'all may remember. But hey, look, hang out with winners. You have probably heard a million times about the importance of who you hang out with. But it's amazing how many people still don't comprehend and practice it on everyday basis. If you hang out around with people who are not motivated and searching for ways to better themselves, that's exactly the same type of mindset that you're going to have. When you hang around with people who are obsessed with growing, getting better, and maximizing their potential, you will end up growing and getting better as well. Come on now. Now that right there, you need to go back on that and take notes. That's what I said. When you hang around with people who are obsessed with growing and getting better and maximizing their potential, you will end up growing and getting better as well. So if you want to forever make sure that you don't fall into survival mode, hang out with winners. My name is EDWIN. Y'all know what it means? Everyday win. Last name victory. There is no days off. No days off. I cannot take a day off, because if I take a day off, y'all be like, man, I thought he said everyday win. No, there's no days off. I got to get up. As long as I live, as long as I'm on the earth, I got to wake up to win every single day. There's no days off. Now, number 3, here we go. This is where it's all about you. All about what Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror. All right, you got to do this for yourself, because nobody gonna wag your tail for you. Nobody gonna tell you nothing unless you tell it yourself. You have to attract what you want. First and foremost, you have to attract it from the inside. When you look at your mirror, you have to constantly build yourself up. That's number 3. Most of the time, the men and women who settle for a life of survival and let tough times of their life tear them down while they completely neglect building themselves up. There's no doubt about that life can be hard. Yes, sometimes it can be hard. But it's very important that you never forget to be your own best friend. That's self-love, okay? And constantly look for ways to build yourself up rather than tear yourself down. Building yourself up can mean a lot of different things, and a lot of things to different people. When I refer to building yourself up, I simply mean to stop neglecting yourself. Give yourself time you need to do whatever it is that you want. Read a great book. Read something that's going to challenge your mind. Read something that's going to help your heart. Give yourself the time that you need to do whatever it is that you want. That's what's going to be most important. Give yourself the permission to take that much needed vacation. Man, Kijana is a vacation expert, so if you want to do a vacation, call my man Kijana Owens. He can help you book the travel, get the ticket, go where you want to go, save a little money. And if you want to make some money, I promise he got that for you too. All right. Find whatever works for you and stick to a plan. When you learn about that you are your own best friend and constantly search for ways to build yourself up rather than to tear yourself down, you will begin to realize that you are absolutely going to have whatever it takes to win. I promise you. My name is EDWIN. I got a great guest. I'm right on time. 7:15. Y'all know him. This is my man right here. But before we get into that, I'm going to show you how we do it. We're going to sting you. Get an Insta stinger. Get an Insta That's right, an Insta stinger. An Insta stinger is what we do at Success Express. But right here, before I bring on the King Motivator, I'm going to take maybe 30 seconds to tell you even better. Right here. When I was in college, back in Prairie View A&M, we used to have parties in the Baby Dome, and see the Instant Stinger, that jingle right there, that little jam right there, make my shoulder go like this every time. Boom, boom. I remember going to the Baby Dome, and this brother right here, he would be on the mic, and every time he see me, we do a little dance move. We had the little leg move, pop, pop, pop. We walk around the whole gym. We had everybody doing it. This man right here has an attractive attraction that makes people move. I mean, he is the wedding MC. I mean, he is the best wedding MC, and he's also a creator of a company that's going to teach other people how to be what he is. I mean, amazing friend, amazing MC. I mean, the man has been in radio. The man is an actor. He's a rapper. I mean, dancer, a father, which is most important, a husband, which is the best thing ever. I learned from him. I'm sure he learns from me. We glean off each other. It's been a 30-year relationship, and I can't say no more, but greatness comes out of this man. This is the King Motivator. King Motivator, I got you in the building now, brother. Got you in the building now. You fading in the black right there. I love it.
What's going on, y'all?
Man, good to have you this morning, brother.
Hey, man, I'm excited, man. Listen, it's always a pleasure to just get a chance to jump on here and truly wake up to win. You know what I'm saying? Listening to you and Kajana do what y'all do, man, and continuously keep this thing up, man. This is, I always say, when I empower, I always not only empower others, I empower myself. So sometimes just sitting across and just listening to some of the things that you said and even the tips that you've given, I say that was right on point. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, every day is a different day. You just got to make sure you make it win. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Yeah, well, what's up, man? We here.
I'm talking about, man, listen, man, we are moving more. This is almost June. We halfway into the year. And I know what? I remember January 1st. I thought about it. I said, if I do something every day for 6 months, I knew that personally I would become even more powerful and my life would totally change and go on a trajectory. And I would be now in a more of a thriving mode than a surviving mode. And now I'm noticing that everything that happens to me, it's on an upswing, no matter what happened in 2020. So that's why I'm glad to get to Thursday every day, because I am a product of a lot of the things, the things that you taught. I mean, another day, another chance. I mean, if we go to your YouTube page and we look at the videos that you have built up and the videos that you have that are current right now, I mean, and it's all current because if nobody's ever seen it, you know what? It's brand new and it's always there. So
That's right.
I'm a
That's
product
right.
of those things, man. So I'm not gonna take the floor. We got you in the building. We don't want to waste your time because we're
Let's
here to
do it.
thrive and instead of survive. So without further ado, this is my friend, the King Motivator. Karl Major, it's
Yo,
yours, baby.
hey, let me tell y'all something, man. First of all, shout out to EDWIN and Kajana over here doing that thing, man. Consistency is key with anything else, man. And I think that these brothers are definitely doing some things that, some people wish they could do, which is be consistent. And I think that, all of us have the capability, but, some choose to just kind of fall off. But they say when you fall off, fall back on, right? Listen, I wanted to get a chance to be able to talk about something because um, I'm always inspired by, casual conversations that I may have with some of my fellow constituents in the world. And I always, am at a point where, somewhere along the way, we end up in conversation talking about some kind of challenge, whether it's personally or whether it's vicariously through someone else. Uh, and I always just kind of take pieces and nuggets because I relate casual conversation to the the masses. When one person is going through something, that's not that only person. It may be different in variation, but it's all similar in life. And I want to talk about something that I ended up talking about to the sister, a couple of days ago, and that was just about how do you see yourself. I'm gonna let that kind of sit there for a minute because I think that we can easily be passive and just jump out there and be able to ask the question, and just kind of glaze over. But I really want you to be able to think about this today. Like, how do you see yourself? This is a very pertinent question that I want you to be able to ask yourself because that is going to be one of the determining factors of the outcome that you're probably pursuing. Right? There's some sense of success, or there's something that you are trying to attain. I'm not gonna say trying. I'm gonna say that you are attaining, but the the peril and the challenge of it is causing you to be, somewhat, dismal and start to be at a point where you get a little frustrated. You get a little what's the word? Your determination starts to change, and this is that plight where um, being persistent, overcoming, those barriers, um, having that tenacity to continue to push on. That's that's when this kind of kicks in. But it all starts from something, and I'll tell you what it starts from. It starts from how do you see you? Now, I want you to make sure you answer that to yourself in a way that kind of correlates with kind of where I'm going. Sometimes people see themselves as others see them. Sometimes people see themselves as others see them. Now, mind you, you didn't control how you wanted others to see you. You were just being who you thought you were, or you were being something to be able to flatter or kind of sway or curve how you want them to see you. But from a technicality, that's almost who you are not. The reason why I'm asking that question is because some of us fall into a character of what we think people may like about us, a character in which people have told you over and over, man, you really are funny, or you crazy, or whatever the case may be, and you feel like subconsciously that you have to become that, and you start to become it and be it, even when it really isn't who you are. It's because you don't know how you should really be seeing yourself, which is the real you. You end up seeing yourself as others see you, and that's very dangerous. And I want you to really think about some of the things we're going to talk about today. Being able to get to know who you are, like really understand you, because deep inside, there's a desire for you to be able to accomplish some things that you set out to do. You like pursue your dreams, pursue your goals, pursue your ideas, bring your ideas to life. And the reason why I'm saying that is because your ideas were given to you. I want you to really think about something. 100% of people in this world have ideas. 100%. No ifs, ands and buts about it. 100% of people have ideas in this world, but less than 1% brings them to life. It's kind of interesting when you sit and think about it. Less than 1% sees it through. Less than 1% brings it to life and continuously stays with it. So, yeah, that has a lot to do with how you see you. You can be at a point where you really try to think about, something that you want to do. You come up with the grand idea because it was given to you, whether you believe in God, Allah, Buddha, or Rodney. Y'all know that's my saying. Whether you believe in people or whether you believe in a higher power. But you have to realize that it was given to you. It wasn't given to your brother, your sister, your mother, your wife, your husband, your dad. It wasn't given to anybody but you. And when that idea is given to you, it is up to you to activate it. But sometimes the only way that it can be activated is a big, big determining factor of how you see yourself. Because yourself will determine sometimes whether or not you're going to curate fear. And fear can either face everything and run or face everything and rise. I know some people have another definition for it, but I say face everything and run, or either face everything and rise. You have two different perspectives, and one of them you're going to be able to choose. Hopefully, you choose the latter. The one thing that I want to make sure that I get across to most of you that are watching and listening and that will watch and listen is to be able to really dig in and try to find out who you are. Who are you? Do you know who you are? How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as others see you, or do you see yourself as something much more prevalent, to the future of this world? And if you do, it is totally up to you to activate it and keep it activated. And your validation from others doesn't matter. See, you have to be comfortable in this skin. You have to be able to understand that regardless of what happens, your decisions that you make must be embodied around how you see you and what you believe in. Because most people have a tendency of being able to compromise that. Some people conform. Conformity is a big, big challenge with people. Conformity is so perpetuated by peer groups. Our peer groups, sustain us sometimes in whether or not we're doing good or bad, because you subconsciously compare yourself to your, subgroup or your peer group, and you find yourself at a point trying to decide whether or not you are doing what you should be doing at this age that society has put on you to be able to do what you need to do right now. Completely false. Don't let the pressures of life be able to force the decisions that you make. Remember, I think I've said on the last, live that we done with you all. Uh, I said something like, the decisions that you make, there are people that are not even born yet that are depending on it. So this is a very, very important topic, and I want you to make sure that when you go back and you watch this, you don't glaze over it. How you see yourself is so important because it is going to determine whether or not you have the wherewithal, the persistence, the tenacity, and all of what it takes in order to be able to overcome the roadblocks that are going to come your way. Because no matter what, they're going to come. Nothing in life comes easy, and nothing in life comes without any type of challenge. Remember, the reward on the back end is dismal. It is what it is. It's a triumph, and it's a what they call a temporary feeling. But the feeling that stays with you, the feeling that truly completes who you are, is that feeling of what you went through to get there. And if you don't know who you are, you won't get there. If you are at a point where you're living to be able to validate yourself and please others, you won't get there. You will find yourself caught in this whirlwind of desiring to be where you want to be and not knowing exactly how you are going to be able to get there. See, everybody has what they call this path, and everybody has the vehicle. But some people are putting the wrong gas in the tank, right? And my whole thing is that if you put the wrong gas in the tank, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna keep running out of gas. And eventually you're gonna run out of gas to where you become complacent and be okay with where it has already taken you thus far, because you haven't made it to the destination. I think on the last live I said something about you don't stop, you don't start dying until you stop growing. All right. The moment you stop growing is the moment you start dying. As y'all can tell, I make these things up on the way. I'm just trying to be able to convey a message to you. And it's so important that you really understand this. I want you to get to a point in your life where you get to know who you are. And you control how others see you. You don't let them define you. At the end of the day, if I have a moment where I want to be funny, I'll be funny. But not because I'm trying to validate myself amongst others. That's just the way I feel at that moment. But I control this narrative. The narrative is not controlled by others. And see, most of you out there are going through something right now that you've been pursuing for quite some time, and you can't understand how to be able to get over the hump. It's because the decisions that you're making are not based on what decisions need to be made. They're based on the decision of what you think others think you should be making. No, that was kind of confusing, but at the end of the day, hopefully you'll go back and rewind it and watch that. Because here's the thing. You all are destined for greatness. The moment you took your first breath, success was before you. Now, whether or not you activated and you confided in subsiding with others, then that's totally on you. I pray that you find someone around you who can give you the energy to be able to see yourself differently. I pray that you are at a point in your life where you can realize that you have more power than you even understand. And the power that you have is being able to see things before they happen. It's called being a visionary, not being at a point where you allow reflective thought to control your forward movement. That was kind of deep. Reflective thought controlling your forward movement. Reflective thought is normally something that just gives you an idea and an understanding to appreciate what you've gone through, but at the same time, be more intentional about the decisions that you are going to make. See, most of you are at a point in your life where you have become a little complacent. Remember, complacency is not planned. It's just something that just kind of happens. And when that happens like that, some people end up, being okay with it. And when that happens, that's when all the other problems that were following you on your journey catch up with you. And they end up jumping in the bag. And now you have more baggage. And because you have more baggage, the bag gets heavier. And the bag gets heavier. But the flight to the top is on an incline. And when you're trying to take a bag like that with you, yeah, that can be a little daunting of a task. So all of a sudden you find yourself being okay with being okay. And that's when things start to deteriorate. It's when some of those slogans I've come up with. The moment you stop growing is the moment you start dying. I need us to be able to lock in and understand that all of this is determined by how you see yourself. Who are you? Who are you? If you really don't understand that, I need you to take some time out. Push pause on some of those other things that you're doing because you'll be doing them in vain. And I need you to really, really be okay in the skin that you were given. Not for those that you hang around and not for those that you feel like you've attracted and married and all that extra stuff, because most of that was probably done on false pretense as well. But from today forth, I need you to be okay with who you are. And if that means at that time you say, I know who I am, and you continue to move, and along the way, some of those people that you were connected with start falling off because they don't like this version of you, then those were the people that weren't supposed to be around in the first place. This is a very, very defining moment in your life, even to be able to hear this message. Because this message is something that sometimes is taboo. It needs to be said. Sometimes it's at a point where people are fearful to even understand that they need to do this. And then they get to a point in their lives where they regret it. You don't want to be that person. That person is the 80 and 90-year-old person that is reflecting upon the decisions they could have made at 40 or 50 that could have changed the whole trajectory of their life, but they decided to embody complacency. They decided to be okay with being okay. And they decided to continuously live their lives to be validated by others, which basically prolonged the greatness in which they had before them. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the King Motivator. I hope these words are doing you and your family a favor. At the end of the day, that's my time. Now it's your time. Go be great. Mhm.
I'm over here just talking, and it's a button. It's a button. I want to thank my mama for calling me because she called just to tell me something, but don't realize that the phone calls every time the phone ring, it mess up my stream for some reason with my internet and now this technology. But so I want to thank you. I love you. I love you. I love you. But I'll call you after the show and we're gonna talk more. But look, man, great value today. You brought it. It's over the park. I hear the alarms on the cars going off out in the parking lot, man, because that ball bounced like 4 or 5 times and hit like 4 or 5 cars. So it's ringing out there and there. You know what I'm talking about, man. Thank you for that value. As usual, you bring it. If you did not hear and did not take notes, go back on the replay on the YouTube and play the whole show. The whole show is amazing. So I want to thank you again for coming on board every week, man. You always bring it, and we got more to do, man. Continue.
Appreciate that, brother.
All right. Well, that's my man, Karl Mays. They know how to connect with you. It's right here on the screen, scrolling across. And if you want to tell them anything else, man, you got the floor, and then we'll close the show.
Hey, man, listen, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Rome wasn't built in a day. You know those things, and you can't cut down a tree off one swing. The biggest thing about it is you got to keep swinging, man. So you guys are doing a great job, man. You and Kajana, y'all keep doing what y'all do, man. Ladies and gentlemen, every day wake up to win. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make sure to be on. I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
All right. We'll talk soon, man. Have a great day.
All right, brother. You too.
All right. Man. That's the King Motivator, y'all. And you know what? I like I said, we always have a great team of winners around us here at Success Express. That's what it is. It is Success Express. And on Tuesdays, we have this young man who always comes in and gives us a great word. It's called Terrific Tuesdays. And you can hear him every week right here on the Success Express podcast, Wake Up to Win show. It's John Mack.
Attention,
right here,
aspiring authors. I'm Dr. John L. Mack, best-selling author and #1 best-selling author of Get Published Successfully. I'm also the CEO and president of Get Published Successfully, LLC. And we work with aspiring authors to help leverage them to create a brand-building book. So our new Author Accelerator program does just that. We take you from blank page to bestseller. And then we take you from concept to completion and every step in between. So if you're looking to get published successfully and create that brand building book, click the link below and we'll make sure that we can connect with you so that we can see if you're the right fit for the next class for the Author Accelerator. Have an awesome day. And remember, everybody has a book in them that somebody wants to read.
Business consultant, expert trainer, and national speaker, Dr. Edward Womack with We Rise Media present the Back from Broken Summit 2021. Speakers include Dr. Edward Womack, Sherry Cook, Dr. Sean L. Mack, Joseph B. Washington, Maria Brennan, and Sean Dustin. The Back from Broken Summit is your roadmap to recovery, redemption, and restoration. It's an event you don't want to miss, so go online to www.backfrombrokensummit.com. That's www.backfrombrokensummit.com. Full Force Protection Services, the protective services you need for you, your family, and your businesses. Full Force Protection Services provides cannabis security, executive protection, armed transport, event security, home protection, home security installation, family protective services, and more. Full Force Protection Services has all the skills you need for your protection. The skill set includes weapon screening, keen observation, de-escalation technique, crime prevention, loss prevention, surveillance, and more. Full Force Protection Services is affordably priced to fit any budget. For immediate services, contact 707-407-5133. That's 707-407-5133. Don't get caught without protection, and don't get caught without full force.
Man, I think we've had a great show today. I am your man, EDWIN. Tomorrow is Financial Freedom Fridays, and hopefully we have a great guest to come on. But if we don't, we're going to still be right here talking about how you can thrive instead of just survive. I'm your man, EDWIN. I do this every day. I think about it, I dream about it, I live it, I do it, and I win every day. Wake up to win. Hey guys, thank you all for watching today. I really, really, really appreciate everything and all of you out there under the sound of my voice. Whether you're with me or whether you're not, I appreciate you and I thank you, because you know what? We are all on the same ship together, trying to get to a destination, and we're all trying to get there. And no matter where you are and what you're trying to do, you can win every day. All you got to do is wake up to win.
I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day, win. I got the key, they let me in. Waking up every day, win. I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day, win. I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day, win. I said I woke up in the morning, now I got the key. I gotta wake up, me all I can be. Then I be online, I call up all my friends. I tell them it's time for the everyday win. Then I hop on the train, success express with the cash out, and I'm feeling so. I got the money on my mind, it's time to go jiggas, and you know I'm about to blow. And here we go, I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day, win. I got the key, they let me in. Waking up every day, win. I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day, win. I got the key, they let me in. I'm waking up every day, win.